So welcome everybody tonight to Lhagsam and for continued prayers for Lama Zopa, Rinpoche, and his swift return. Glad to see everyone tonight. Tonight we're going to do, let me go ahead and share the screen real quick. I'll just give a list. Tonight we'll go ahead just so you kind of have an idea, because we have several prayers, of course, we're going to be going through. We'll do our Refuge and Bodhichitta. We have the Heart of the Perfection of Wisdom. And this time we added a few more that were recommended and used in Kopan over this last week. One moment. So we have the Foundation of All Good Qualities, and we'll continue with the Guru from Afar, meditation on the graduated path. And we've added the 8 verses of thought transformation in King of Prayers. And then we'll go ahead and continue with the daily prayer to Maitreya, and then to the swift return of Lama Zopa and the Laminating Whale by Khandro-la. So if we go ahead and ready to begin, I will be reciting in English. Okay. Can everyone see well? Good. Okay. I take refuge until I'm enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merits of generosity and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all transmutatory beings. I take refuge until I'm enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merits of generosity and so forth, may I become Buddha to benefit all transmutatory beings. I take refuge until I'm enlightened in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my merits of generosity and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all transmutatory beings. Today, as much as possible, I will harm no living beings with the actions of my body, speech, or mind. Today, as much as possible, I will seek to benefit others in whatever way I can. Today, as much as possible, I will generate Bodhisattva. May all the actions of my body, speech, and mind be imbued with this profound motivation. And the 4 immeasurables. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to abide in equanimity, free from the closeness of attachment and the distance of hatred. May they abide in equanimity. I myself will cause them to abide in equanimity. Please, Guru Deity, please bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to achieve Buddhahood. May they achieve Buddhahood. I myself will cause them to achieve Buddhahood. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. And of compassion, how wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they be free from suffering and its causes. I myself will cause them to be free from suffering and its causes. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. And for joyfulness, how wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were never separated from the happiness of higher rebirth and liberation. May they never be separated from these. I myself will cause them never to be separated from these. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. And the heart of the perfection of wisdom. I prostrate to the Arya triple gem. Thus did I hear at one time. The Bhagavan was dwelling on Massive Vulture's mountain in Rajara, together with the great community of monks and a great community of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Bhagavan was absorbed in the concentration on the categories of phenomena called profound perception. Also at that time, the Bodhisattva Mahasata Arya Alashavara looked upon the very practice of the profound perfection of wisdom and beheld those 5 aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said this to the Bodhisattva Mahasata Arya Alashavara. How should any son of the lineage train who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom? He said that, and the Bodhisattva Mahasata Arya Alashavara said this to the Venerable Shariputra. Shariputra, any son of the lineage or daughter of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom shall look upon it like this, correctly and repeatedly, beholding those 5 aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form is also not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, likewise, all phenomena are emptiness, without characteristic, unproduced, unceased, stainless, not without stain, not deficient, not fulfilled. Shariputra, therefore, in emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visual form, no sound, no odor, no taste, no object to touch, and no phenomena. There is no I element and so on, up to and including no mind element and no mental consciousness element. There is no ignorance, no extinction of ignorance, and so on, up to and including no aging and death, and no extinction of aging and death. Similarly, there is no suffering, origination, cessation, and path. There is no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Shariputra, therefore, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and dwell in the perfection of wisdom, the mind without obscuration and without fear. Having completely passed beyond error, they reach the end point of nirvana. All the Buddhas who dwell in the three times and also manifestly completely awaken to unsurpassable, perfect, complete enlightenment in reliance on the perfection of wisdom. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the mantra equal to the unequaled, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering should be known as truth, since it is not false. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is declared. Tayata Om Gate Gate Paragati Prasamgati Bodhisoha. Shariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasata should train in the profound perfection of wisdom like that. Then the Bhagavan arose from that concentration and commended the Bodhisattva Mahasata Arya Alashavara, saying, well said, son of the lineage, it is like that. It is like that. One should practice the profound perfection of wisdom just as you've indicated. Even the Tathagatas rejoice. The Bhagavan, having thus spoken, the Venerable Shariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasata Arya Alashavara, and those surrounding in their entirety, along with the world of gods, humans, asuras, Gandharvas, were overjoyed and highly praised that spoken by the Bhagavan. And let's continue with the foundation of all good qualities. This is what Lama Zopa Rinpoche recommended in the Lamrim year that we're practicing currently. The foundation of all good qualities is the kind and perfect guru. Correct devotion to him is the root of the path. By clearly seeing this and applying great effort, please bless me to rely upon him with great respect. Understanding that the precious freedom of this rebirth is found only once, is greatly meaningful and it's difficult to find again, please bless me to generate the mind that unceasingly, day and night, takes its essence. This life is impermanent as a water bubble. Remember how quickly it decays and death comes. After death, just like a shadow follows the body, the results of black and white karma follow. Finding firm and definite conviction in this, please bless me always to be careful, to abandon even the slightest negativities, and accomplish all virtuous deeds. Seeking samsaric pleasure is the door to all suffering. They are uncertain and cannot be relied upon. Recognizing these shortcomings, please bless me to generate the strong wish for the bliss of liberation. Led by this pure thought, mindfulness, alertness, and great caution arise. The root of the teachings is keeping the pratimoksha vows. Please bless me to accomplish this essential practice. Just as I have fallen into the sea of samsara, so have all mother migratory beings. Please bless me to see this, train in supreme bodhicitta, and bear the responsibility of freeing migratory beings. Even if I develop only bodhicitta, but I don't practice the three types of morality, I will not achieve enlightenment. With my clear recognition of this, please bless me to practice the bodhisattva vows with great energy. Once I have pacified distractions to wrong objects and correctly analyzed the meaning of reality, please bless me to generate quickly within my mind stream the unified path of calm abiding and special insight. Having become a pure vessel by training in the general path, please bless me to enter the holy gateway of the fortunate ones, the supreme Vajra vehicle. At that time, the basis of accomplishing the two attainments is keeping pure vows in samaya. As I have become firmly convinced of this, please bless me to protect these vows and pledges like my life. Then, having realized the importance of the two stages, the essence of the Vajrayana, by practicing with great energy and never giving up the 4 sessions, please bless me to realize the teachings of the Holy Guru. Like that, may the gurus who show the noble path and the spiritual friends who practice it have long lives. Please bless me to pacify completely all outer and inner hindrances, and in all my lives never be separated from perfect gurus. May I enjoy the magnificent Dharma by completing the qualities of the stages and paths, and may I quickly attain the state of Vajrahara. And we will continue with calling the guru from afar, tormented wail quickly drawn forth by the blessing of the guru, the inseparable three kayas. Lama Zopa. Guru, think of me. Guru, think of me. Guru, think of me. The transcendental wisdom of all the Buddhas, one taste in the great bliss Dharmakaya. It itself the ultimate nature of all kind gurus. I beseech you, Guru Dharmakaya, please guide me always without separation in this life, future lives, and the bardo. Wisdom's own illusory appearance, the conqueror with 7 branches, is itself the ultimate basis of emanation of all kind gurus. I beseech you, Guru Sambhokaya, please guide me always without separation in this life, future lives, and the bardo. The play of various emanations suiting the dispositions of the many to be subdued is itself the behavior of the Sambhokaya of the kind gurus. I beseech you, Guru Nirmakaya, please guide me always without separation in this life, future lives, and the bardo. The play of the inseparable 3 kayas appearing in the form of the guru is itself one with the very essence of all kind gurus. I beseech you, Guru, the inseparable 3 kayas, please guide me always without separation in this life, future lives, and the bardo. All the infinite, peaceful, and wrathful yidams are also the guru's nature. And since no yidam exists apart from the kind guru, I beseech you, Guru, who comprises all yidams, please guide me always without separation in this life, future lives, and the bardo. The ordinary form of all Buddhas arises in the aspect of the guru. Therefore, no Buddhas are observed apart from the kind guru. I beseech you, Guru, who comprises all Buddhas, please guide me always without separation in this life, future lives, and the bardo. The very form of all conquerors' wisdom, compassion, and power arises as the guru. Therefore, the supreme Arya saviors of the 3 types are also the kind guru. I beseech you, Guru, who combines the 3 types in one. Please guide me always without separation in this life, future lives, and the bardo. The 100, 5, and 3 types, however many elaborated, are the guru. The pervasive master in whom they are all included is also the guru. I beseech you, Guru, as master of all the types of Buddhas, please guide me always without separation in this life, future lives, and the bardo. The creator of all Buddhas, Dharma, and Sangha is the guru. The one who combines all 3 refuges is the kind guru. I beseech you, Guru, whose presence combines all refuges, please guide me always without separation in this life, future lives, and the bardo. Thinking of how the actual form of all Buddhas arises in the aspect of the guru and mercifully guides me, reminds me of you, Guru. Thinking of how you show the excellent, unmistaken path to me, an unfortunate, wretched being abandoned by all the Buddhas, reminds me of you, Guru. Thinking of this excellent body, highly meaningful and difficult to obtain, and wishing to take its essence with unrearing choice between gain and loss, happiness and suffering, reminds me of you, Guru. Thinking of the experience of not knowing what to do when the great fear of death suddenly descends upon me, reminds me of you, Guru. Thinking of the experience of just now suddenly separating from all the perfections of this life and going on alone reminds me of you, Guru. Thinking of the experience of my naked body falling into the terrifying fires of hell and being unable to bear it reminds me of you, Guru. Thinking of how the suffering of hunger and thirst without a drop of water is directly experienced in the unfortunate Preta realm reminds me of you, Guru. And what it would be like to experience it myself reminds me of you, Guru. Thinking of a refuge to protect me from this, since I am now about to fall into the wretched states of bad migration, reminds me of you, Guru. Thinking of how white and black actions are experienced, and of how to practice thorough and precise engagement and restraint, reminds me of you, Guru. Thinking of a method to escape this prison of endless existences, the source of all suffering, reminds me of you, Guru. Thinking of the plight of my pitiful old mothers, pervasive as space, fallen amidst the fearful ocean of samsara and tormented there, reminds me of you, Guru. Therefore, Guru, please bless me to generate in my mental continuum effortless experience of the profound three principles of the path and the two stages. Please bless me to strive in one-pointed practice of the three trainings with the intense thought of renunciation in order to reach the secure state of liberation. Please bless me to train in the precious Supreme Bodhichitta with a special attitude, taking responsibility to liberate all migrators by myself alone. Please bless me to follow after the ocean of conquerors with the will to cross to the very end of the great waves of deeds of the conqueror's sons. Please bless me to realize the supreme view, free of extremes, in which emptiness and dependent arising, appearance and emptiness complement each other. Please bless me quickly to generate the experience of taking the three kayas into the path, ripening the bases of birth, death, and bardo. Please bless me to arise as the illusory divine body itself, the play of the four joys and four emptinesses of the wind and mind absorbed in the central channel. Please bless me to meet the ultimate Guru, the bare face of my innate mind, with the covering of perception of true existence and perceiving it as true removed. Please bless me to be one with your three secrets, Guru, in the vast Dharmakaya of great bliss, which has exhausted the elaborations of the two obstructions. In short, please abide inseparably in the center of my heart until the great enlightenment, and mercifully bless me, the child, to follow after you, the Father. Guru, think of me. Guru, think of me. Guru, think of me. After reciting this extensive calling, the Guru from afar, we will recite the following request. May I not give rise to hearsay, even for a second, in regard to the actions of the glorious Guru. May I see whatever actions are done as the stainless actions of a Buddha. With this devotion, may I receive the Guru's blessing in my heart. And then we'll recite the following and meditate on the Guru for a minute, entering your heart. Magnificent and precious root Guru, please abide on the lotus and moon of my heart. Guide me with your great kindness and grant me the realizations of your holy body, speech, and mind. And we'll continue with a direct meditation on the graduated path, containing all the important meanings. This is a method for creating a Dharma motivation and especially a Bodhichitta motivation. Essence encompassing all the Buddhas, originator of the holy Dharma of scriptures and realizations, principle of all those Aryas attending virtue, to the glorified holy Gurus I go for refuge. Please, Guru, bless my mind to go into the Dharma to go into the path, and to not have obstacles to the path. Please bless me until enlightenment is achieved, like the youthful North song and the Bodhisattva always crying one, to be able to devote to the virtuous friend with pure thought and action, see whatever is done as pure, and to be able to accomplish whatever is said and advised. And this is how to rely on the virtuous friend, which is the root of full enlightenment. Please bless me to see that this greatly meaningful body with the 8 freedoms and the 10 richnesses is difficult to find and easily perishes. That action and result are so profound, and the suffering of the evil transmitory beings is so difficult to bear. And therefore, to go for refuge from the depths of my heart to the three rare sublime ones, abandon negative karma, and accomplish the practice of virtue according to the Dharma. And then the graduated path of the lower capable being. Please bless me to see that independence upon that, even though I have achieved the mere higher rebirth of a deva or human, I will have to experience suffering endlessly in this samsara because of not having abandoned and being under the control of the disturbing thought obscurations. And therefore, by reflecting well upon the way of cycling in samsara, be able to follow continuously day and night the path of the three types of precious trainings, which is the principal method liberating us from that samsara. And then the graduated path of the middle capable being. There we go. Sorry. Independence upon that. Even though I achieve mere liberation, please bless me to see that there is no sentient beings of the six types that has not been my father and mother. And therefore, thinking I must fulfill their purpose, may I be able to reverse the mind, seeking the lower happiness of nirvana, and by way of equalizing and exchanging myself for others, generate the precious mind of enlightenment, Bodhichitta. Follow the conduct of the conqueror's children, the Bodhisattvas, and the six paramitas, and so forth. And then the graduated path of the great capable being. By having trained the mind in the common path like that, experiencing the sufferings of samsara for a long time will not upset me. By regarding sentient beings with extraordinary, unbearable compassion, please bless me so that I may enter the quick path of the Vajrayana teachings, protect my vows and samaya more than my life, and quickly accomplish a unified Vajrahara state in one brief lifetime, only of this degenerate time. And then the graduated path of the secret mantra vehicle of the greatest capable being. May I not arise hearsay, even for a second, in the actions of the glorious Guru. May I regard whatever actions are done as pure. With this devotion, may I receive the blessings of the Guru in my heart. And then the Guru entering your heart. Magnificent and precious root Guru, please abide in the lotus seat at my heart. Guide me with your great kindness and grant me the realizations of your holy body, speech, and mind. And then the following verses on how to live your life for sentient beings. From Kanpa Geshe Langri Tangpa. Determined to obtain the greatest possible benefit from all sentient beings who are more precious than a wish-fulfilling jewel, I shall hold them most dear at all times. And from the saver Nagarjuna, may I become like a wish-granting jewel, fulfilling all the wishes, and like a wish-granting tree, fulfilling all the hopes of sentient beings. And of course, from Shantideva's A Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life. For the sake of accomplishing the two purposes of all sentient beings, without any sense of loss or concern, I give away my body as well as food, clothing, enjoyments, and so on, and even all virtues accumulated over the three times. By abandoning and giving away attachment to all, my mind achieves the non-abiding sorrowless state, the state of an omniscient mind. Since I have to give up everything altogether, it is supreme to give it all away to the sentient beings. I have given up this body, the impure aggregates, to all beings, as comfortable as possible for them to use. Even if others always kill me, criticize me, beat my body, and so on, let them do whatever they like. Sentient beings play with my body, inflict harm, ridicule, and make fun of me. As I have already given it to them, why do I go against this? Let the sentient beings be allowed to do any action that doesn't do harm to them. Whoever encounters me may never be meaningless for them. Just by looking at me, anyone who gets angry or has a devotional thought arise, may that mind alone become the cause to accomplish all the welfare of those living beings. Any being who criticizes me, anyone who gives harm, like that, even making fun of me behind my back, may all become fortunate to achieve great enlightenment. May I become a savior for those who lack a savior, a guide for those who enter the road, a boat, a ship, a bridge for those who wish to cross over the great river. May I be a park for those seeking a park, a light for those desiring a light, bedding for those desiring a place to rest. Sentient beings who desire a servant, may I become a servant for all. May I become like a wish-granting jewel, a wish-fulfilling vase, powerful mantra, and great medicine. A wish-fulfilling tree, a wish-granting cow for those sentient beings. May I become the great elements, the earth, and like the forever boundless sky, may I become the cause of living of the innumerable sentient beings. Like that, towards the realms of sentient beings who equal the limit of the sky, may I become the cause of living always until the non-abiding starless state is achieved. As long as space exists, as long as sentient beings exist, may I too abide and eliminate the sufferings of sentient beings. And we've added this from last week, the 8 verses of thought transformation. Determined to obtain the greatest possible benefit from all sentient beings who are more precious than a wish-fulfilling jewel, I shall hold them most dear at all times. When in the company of others, I shall always consider myself the lowest of all, and from the depths of my heart, hold others dear and supreme. Vigilant, the moment a delusion appears in my mind, endangering myself and others, I shall confront and avert it without delay. Number 4, whenever I see beings who are wicked in nature and overwhelmed by violent negative actions and suffering, I shall hold such rare ones dear, as if I had found a precious treasure. And then when, out of envy, others mistreat me, with abuse, insults, or the like, I shall accept defeat and offer the victory to others. And the 6th verse, when someone whom I've benefited and whom I have great hopes gives me terrible harm, I shall regard that person as my holy guru. In short, both directly and indirectly, do I offer every happiness and benefit to all my mothers. I shall secretly take upon myself all their harmful actions and suffering. And the 8th verse, undefiled by the stains of the superstitions of the 8 worldly concerns, may I, by perceiving all phenomena as illusory, be released from the bondage of attachment. We will skip to the next one. Dependent origination we'll pick up again with next week. We're going to add the 3 new prayers tonight. And here's the 3rd new prayer. The King of Prayers. The extraordinary aspiration of the practice of Sandabhadra. I bow down to the youthful Arya Manjushri. You lions among humans, gone to freedom in the present, past, and future, in the worlds of 10 directions, to all of you with body, speech, and sincere mind, I bow down. With the energy of aspiration for the Bodhisattva way, with a sense of deep respect, and with as many bodies as atoms of the world, to all you Buddhas visualized as real, I bow down. On every atom are Buddhas, numberless as atoms, each amidst a host of Bodhisattvas. And I am confident the sphere of all phenomena is entirely filled with Buddhas in this way. With infinite oceans of praise for you and oceans of sound from the aspects of my voice, I sing the breathtaking excellence of Buddhas and celebrate all of you gone to bliss. Beautiful flowers and regal garlands, sweet music, scented oils and parasols, sparkling lights and sublime incense, I offer to you, victorious ones. Fine dress and fragrant perfumes, sandalwood powder heaped high as Mount Muru, all wondrous offerings in spectacular array, I offer to you, victorious ones. With transcendental offerings, peerless and vast, with profound admiration for all the Buddhas, with strength of conviction in the Bodhisattva way, I offer and bow down to all victorious ones. Every harmful action I have done with my body, speech, and mind, overwhelmed by attachment, anger, and confusion, all these I openly lay before you. I lift up my heart and rejoice in all positive potential of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in 10 directions, of solitary realizers here still training and those beyond, and of all ordinary beings. You who are the bright lights of the worlds in 10 directions, who have attained a Buddha's omniscience through the stages of awakening, all you who are my guides, please turn the wheel of Dharma, the supreme wheel of Dharma. With palms together, I earnestly request, you who may actualize parinirvana, Please stay with us for eons, numberless as atoms of the world, for the happiness and well-being of all wanderers in samsara. Whatever slight positive potential I may have created by paying homage, offering and acknowledging my faults, rejoicing and requesting that the Buddhas stay and teach, I now dedicate all this for full awakening. May you Buddhas now living in the worlds of 10 directions and all of you gone to freedom in the past, accept my offerings. May those not arisen quickly perfect their minds, awakening as fully enlightened ones. May all worlds in 10 directions be entirely pure and vast. May they be filled with bodhisattvas, surrounding Buddhas gathered beneath the Bodhi tree. May as many beings as exist in 10 directions be always well and happy. May all samsaric beings live in accord with the Dharma, and may their every Dharma wish be fulfilled. Remembering my past lives and all varieties of existence, may I practice the Bodhisattva way. And thus, in each cycle of death, migration, and birth, may I always abandon the householder's life. Then following in the footsteps of all the Buddhas and perfecting the practice of a Bodhisattva, may I always act without error or compromise, with ethical discipline, faultless and pure. May I teach the Dharma in the language of gods, in every language of spirits and nagas, of humans and of demons, and in the voice of every form of being. May I be gentle-minded, cultivating the 6 paramitas, and never forget Bochichitta. May I completely cleanse without omission every negativity and all that obscures this awakening mind. May I traverse all my lives in the world, free of karma, afflictions, and interfering forces, just as the lotus blossom is undisturbed by the water's wave, and just as the sun and moon move unhindered through the sky. May I ease the suffering in the lower realms, and in the many directions and dimensions of the universe, may I guide all wanderers in samsara to the pure bliss of awakening, and be of worldly benefit to them as well. May I practice constantly for eons to come, perfecting the activities of awakening, acting in harmony with the various dispositions of beings, showing the ways of a bodhisattva. May I always have the friendship of those whose path is like mine, and with the body, words, and also mine, may we practice together the same aspirations and activities. May I always meet a spiritual mentor and never displease that excellent friend who deeply wishes to help me and expertly teaches the Bodhisattva way. May I always directly see the Buddhas, masters encircled by Bodhisattvas, and without pause or discouragement for eons to come, may I make extensive offerings to them. May I hold within me the Buddha's genuine Dharma, illuminate everywhere the teachings that awaken, embody the realizations of a Bodhisattva, and practice ardently in all future eons. While circling through all states of existence, may I become an endless treasure of good qualities, skillful means, wisdom, samadhi, and liberating stabilizations, gathering limitless, pristine wisdom and positive potential. On one atom, I shall see Buddha fields, numberless as atoms, inconceivable Buddhas among bodhisattvas in every field, practicing the activities of awakening. Perceiving this in all directions, I dive into an ocean of Buddha fields, each an ocean of 3 times Buddhas in the space of a wisp of a hair. So I too will practice for an ocean of eons. Thus, I am continually immersed in the speech of the Buddhas, expression that reveals an ocean of qualities in one word, the completely pure eloquence of all the Buddhas, communication suited to the very tendencies of beings. With this strength of understanding, I plunge into the infinite enlightened speech of the Dharma, of all the Buddhas in the 3 times gone to freedom, who continually turn the wheel of Dharma methods. I shall experience in one moment such vast activity of all future eons, and I will enter into all eons of the 3 times in but a fraction of a second. In one instant, I shall see all those awakened beings, past, present, and future lines among humans. And with the power of the illusion-like stabilization, I will constantly engage in their inconceivable activity. I shall manifest upon one single atom the array of pure lands present, past, and future. Likewise, I shall enter the array of pure Buddha fields in every direction without exception. I shall enter the very presence of all my guides, those lights of this world who are yet to appear, those sequentially turning the wheels of complete awakening, those who reveal nirvana, final perfect peace. May I achieve the power of swift, magical emanation, the power to lead the great vehicle through every approach, the power of always beneficial activity, and the power of love pervading all realms. The power of all surpassing positive potential, the power of supreme knowledge unobstructed by discrimination, and through the powers of wisdom, skillful means, and samadhi, may I achieve the perfect power of awakening. Purifying the power of all contaminated actions, crushing the power of disturbing emotions at their root, diffusing the power of interfering forces, I shall perfect the power of the Bodhisattva practice. May I purify an ocean of worlds, may I free an ocean of beings, may I clearly see an ocean of Dharma, may I realize an ocean of pristine wisdom. May I purify an ocean of activities, may I fulfill an ocean of aspirations, may I make offerings to an ocean of Buddhas, may I practice without discouragement for an ocean of eons. To fully awaken through this Bodhisattva way, I shall fulfill without exception all the diverse aspirations of the awakening practice, of all the Buddhas gone to freedom in the 3 times everywhere. In order to practice exactly as the wise one called Samdabhadra, all-embracing good, the elder brother of the sons and daughters of the Buddhas, I completely dedicate all this goodness. Likewise, may I dedicate, just as the skillful Samdabhadra, with pure body, speech, and mind, pure actions, and pure Buddha fields. I shall give rise to the aspirations of Manjushri, for this Bodhisattva practice of all-embracing good to perfect these practices without discouragement or pause in all future eons. May my pure activities be endless, my good qualities boundless, and through the abiding in immeasurable activity, may I actualize infinite emanations. Limitless is the end of space, likewise limitless are living beings. Thus limitless are karma and afflictions. May my aspirations reach, be limitless as well. One may offer to the Buddhas all wealth of adornments of infinite worlds in 10 directions, and one may offer during eons numberless as atoms of the world, even the greatest happiness of gods and humans. But whoever hears this extraordinary aspiration and longing for highest awakening gives rise to faith just once, creates far more precious positive potential. Those who make this heartfelt aspiration for the Bodhisattva way will be free of all lower realms, free of harmful companions, and will quickly see Amitabha, infinite light. And even in this very human life, they will be nourished by happiness and have all conducive circumstances without waiting long. They will become like Samdabhadra himself. Those who give voice to this extraordinary aspiration will quickly and completely purify the 5 boundless harmful actions created under the power of ignorance. Blessed with supreme knowledge, excellent body, family, attributes, and appearance, they will be invincible to vast interfering forces and misleading teachers, and all the 3 worlds will make offerings. Going quickly to the noble Bodhi tree and sitting there to benefit sentient beings, subduing all interfering forces, they will fully awaken and turn the great wheel of Dharma. Have no doubt that complete awakening is the fully ripened result, comprehended only by a Buddha, of holding in mind by teaching, reading, or reciting this aspiration of the Bodhisattva practice. In order to train just like the hero Manjushri, who knows reality as it is, and just like Samdabhadra as well, I completely dedicate all this goodness just as they did. With that dedication, which is praised as greatest by all the Buddhas gone to freedom in the 3 times, I too dedicate all my roots of goodness for the attainments of the Bodhisattva practice. When at the moment of my death arrives, by eliminating all obscurations and directly perceiving Amitabha, may I go immediately to Shivarti, pure land of great joy. Having gone to Shivarti, may I actualize the meeting of these aspirations. fulfilling them all without exception for the benefit of beings for as long as this world endures. Born from an extremely beautiful superlative lotus in this joyful land, the Buddha's magnificent mandala, may I receive a prediction of my awakening directly from the Buddha Amitabha. Having received a prediction there, may I create vast benefit for beings throughout the 10 directions with a billion emanations by the power of wisdom. Through even the small virtue I have accumulated by offering this prayer of the Bodhisattva practice, may all the positive aspirations of beings be fulfilled in an instant. And through creating limitless positive potential by dedicating this prayer of Samdabhadra's deeds, may all beings drowning in this torment of suffering enter the presence of Amitabha. Through this king of aspirations, which is the greatest of the sublime, helping infinite wanderers in samsara, through the accomplishment of this scripture dazzling with Samdabhadra's practice, may suffering realms be utterly emptied of all beings. And a prayer to Maitreya, a daily prayer to Maitreya. To the awakened ones I prostrate, and to the yogis with the power of divine eye, as well as to all the bodhisattvas, hearers, and so forth. Bodhichitta bars the way to unfortunate destinies. It is the great teaching that leads to the highest realms, and even to the state beyond old age and death. To the mind of enlightenment, Bodhichitta, I prostrate. Controlled by negative habits in the sight of the Buddha, I have often given harm to others. I shall confess those actions. Yet, from the beneficial actions of my body, speech, and mind, I pray that the merit generating the seeds of omniscience may never be exhausted. May I further accomplish this accumulation of merit by performance of the 3 actions of body, speech, and mind. I offer all that I have to the Buddhas, in their pure lands of the 10 directions, in the wisdom of all the Buddhas, and in my own virtues I rejoice. In short, I confess all harmful actions, I make prostration to all the Buddhas, I rejoice in all acts of virtue, and I myself wish to obtain supreme wisdom. Bodhisattvas of the 10th level, in all the directions, need no reminder to work for enlightenment. Obtaining Buddhahood, supreme enlightenment, joining those who have subdued the demon of self-cherishing, he, Maitreya, will turn the wheel of Dharma in order to benefit all sentient beings. I pray that sentient beings without exception may be liberated by the sound of the great Dharma drum. Please stay to teach the path of enlightenment for inconceivable millions of eons. I am stuck hard in the mud of the desire realm, tightly bound by the rope of samsara. Please watch over me, supreme beings, who stand on the 2 feet of method and wisdom. To the love of the Buddha is not obscured in the same way as love between sentient beings. The goal of his loving kindness, compassion, is to lead them across the ocean of samsara. I will follow with care the path of the Buddhas of the past, present, and future. It is enlightenment that I will practice. When I have accomplished the 6 perfections, may I be able to liberate all beings in the 6 migratory realms. May I manifest the 6 supramundane cognitions, and may I touch great enlightenment. Not born and not coming, self-nature non-existent, abiding non-existent, awareness of appearance non-existence, the non-true existence of things themselves. I wish to realize the emptiness of phenomena. Buddha is like a great Lord, yet sentient beings do not exist. Life does not exist. No being at all is there that exists. Even healing does not exist. I wish to understand the phenomena of non-self-existent ego. Since ego's grasping of all phenomena is non-existent, I wish to develop charity without limit in order to benefit all sentient beings. Phenomena do not exist. My lack of material resources not hinder me. All things are impermanent. Therefore, I wish to accomplish the perfection of charity. May I never transgress the discipline of morality and free myself from pride, since by having pride in the appearance of morality and purity, one is without morality. I wish to accomplish the perfection of morality. Patience must be as steady as earth or water, not changeable like the wind. Knowing that both patience and anger do not exist, I wish to accomplish the perfection of patience. It is by effort that I must practice the perfection of effort. Without enjoying laziness, by the power of mind and body, I wish to accomplish the perfection of effort. Like the concentration called magic, and the concentration of going heroically, and the concentration like a thunderbolt, may I accomplish the perfection of concentration. May I gain the great wisdom that has realized the practices of all three levels, the three doors to liberation, and the three exact concentrations. Praised by all the Buddhas, blazing with light and brilliance, through the joyous effort of the Bodhisattvas, may I fulfill the wishes of myself and others. Thus, there was one who followed a completed practice like this. He was named Maitreya. Accomplishing well the 6 perfections, he quickly reached the 10th level. And the mantra of Maitreya, Buddha's promise, I'll go slow. Namo Ratna Trayana, Namo Bhagavate Shakmune, Tathagata Arate, Samyak Sambuddhaya, Tayata, Om Ajete Ajete Apajete, Ajachanara, Hara Hara Maitreya, Avokete Kara Kara Maha Samaya, Siddhi Bara Bara Maha Bodhi, Manda Vija Samara Samara, Asman Samaya Bodhi Bodhi Maha Bodhi Soha. And the heart mantra, Om Mohi Mohi Maha Mohi Soha. And the close heart mantra, Om Muni Muni Smaha Soha. When my death comes to me in this place, may I pass with ease to the pure land of Ganden. May I quickly please the Bodhisattva Maitreya and learn from him the time and place of my awakening. And now for the prayer for the swift return of Lama Zopa Rinpoche. By His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, the 14th Dalai Lama, Lama Tenzin Gyatso. Peerless teacher and assembly of children of the victorious ones, Shravakas, Pratabhudas, victorious Losang, father and sons, together with your lineage, all the objects of refuge of the infinite lands, please now bestow the virtue of goodness to accomplish this prayer. In holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings through explanation and practice, you wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable venerable Guru, to you I make a request. Sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, while striving exclusively for the welfare of the victorious one's teachings and mother living beings, you suddenly departed to peace. At this, I lost hope. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the oceans of the 3 jewels and the great waves of the mind generation of the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of a new reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. And the laminating whale, supplication for the swift return of the Supreme Lord of Refuge, Lama Zopa Rinpoche. And this is by Khandro-la. Guru, think of me. Guru, consider me. Gracious Guru, care for me. Root Guru, most gracious and kind, do not deprive us of your compassionate refuge. Listen and consider this heartfelt prayer made by a tormented disciple. Guru, you embody the blessings of the Buddhas of the 3 times. You may rest in great bliss, equipoise, within the dhatu of unimpeded luminosity. Yet the playful dance of your loving compassion can emanate in myriad ways. The swift appearance of your magical wisdom, the Rupakaya. The time has come for you to care for us once again with your affectionate compassion. I invoke, I call upon you, I implore you on behalf of all beings. Arise, arise, arise from the Dharmakaya. Do not rest in Kachara or other pure celestial realms. Rather, to benefit the Buddha's teachings and all living beings, swiftly return to the southern continent to spread the Buddha Dharma of study and realization. Quickly return to guide us poor wretched beings, such as the desperate cry of us, your disciples. Return so that we may actually behold your presence and receive the blessings of your enlightened body, speech, and mind. All violations, errors, mistakes, and broken samaya that we have made in relation to your spontaneously present awakened body, speech, and mind in activity, through our being baffled, confused, and conceiving things in erroneous ways, we confess within the luminous emptiness of your three kayas. Of everything auspicious, the supreme auspiciousness. May there be the auspiciousness of emptiness and compassion conjoined, and the auspiciousness of a timely meeting between master and disciples. Through the force of the truth of unchanging suchness, may the unmistaken incarnation quickly return. This laminate was made by me, Khandro-la, by Khandro-la, a Dakini with pure faith and samaya, her eyes filled with tears of sorrow. May these wishes of a beggar woman be fulfilled through the blessings of the deities of the three roots. Perception, its object, and the act of perceiving all dissolve within the expanse, the blissful clarity of suchness. Ah. And we can go ahead and end our prayers with our dedications for Lama Zopa's swift return and to actualize Bodhichitta. Due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me and all the merits of the three times collected by numberless Buddhas and numberless sentient beings, may Bodhichitta be generated in the hearts of all sentient beings of the six realms, and especially in the hearts of everybody in this world, including all the students, benefactors, and volunteers in the FPMT organization. May it be generated in the hearts of all those who rely upon me, all those whom I have promised to pray, and all those whose names have been given to me. May it be generated in my heart and in the hearts of all my family members, those who are living and those who have died. May the Bodhichitta that has already been generated increase, and for peace and happiness to prevail in the world. Due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me, the numberless Buddhas and the numberless sentient beings, may all wars, famines, diseases, global problems, and all dangers of earth, water, fire, and wind be stopped immediately. May perfect peace and happiness prevail in everyone's hearts by their generating loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta. May the Buddha Dharma, from where sentient beings receive peace and happiness, last a long time and spread in all directions. May all sentient beings meet the Buddha Dharma and achieve enlightenment as quickly as possible, and to be able to cherish all sentient beings. Due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me, the numberless sentient beings, and all the numberless Buddhas, may I be able to cherish every single hell being, hungry ghost, animal, human being, asura, sura, and intermediate state being, more than the sky filled with dollars, diamonds, or wish-granting jewels. May I be able to free all of them from the lower realms, samsara, and the lower nirvana, and bring everyone to the peerless happiness of Buddhahood, and to seal the merits with emptiness. Due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me, the numberless Buddhas and the numberless sentient beings, which are completely empty of existing from their own side, may I, who am completely empty of existing from my own side, achieve the state of full enlightenment, which is completely empty of existing from its own side, and lead all sentient beings who are completely empty of existing from their own side to that state which is completely empty of existing from its own side, by myself alone, who am completely empty of existing from my own side. And to dedicate in the same way as all the past Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, I fully dedicate all these virtues to be able to train just like the hero Manjushri, who knows reality and just like Samdabhadra as well. I fully dedicate to all my roots of virtue with the dedication praised as the best by all the gone beyond victorious ones of the 3 times in order to have good conduct. And thank you, everyone, for coming tonight.
Thank you, Tara. That was wonderful and lovely.
So,
Anybody wish to share some words? Anything?
there we go.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anything from you, Anilo-san?
Don't know. What would you like to hear? I mean, I don't know if anybody kind of was last Saturday. Like on Saturdays, I think it's 5 o'clock Swiss time, something like that. In Jamyang, you know, they kind of, the students share stories about
We didn't.
what they experienced with Rinpoche. So I don't know if anybody has been listening. So this is very nice. And this is maybe something also you could do, you know, just whatever comes to your mind that, you know, what happened when you saw Rinpoche on an event or something like that. I found it very, very heartwarming. Especially, you know, that we came all to the consensus that Rinpoche knew every moment exactly what you needed, you know. So if you have experienced that also, then it's quite baffling, actually. You know, sometimes you go like, oh, I better be careful what I think. Not just when, you know, in his presence, but definitely in his presence. He just kind of, not just Lama Zopa Rinpoche, most of the Rinpoches, they just throw it out from you. So it's, on one hand, it's very good to know that you don't have to pretend anything when you go and see them. They know anyway. So you don't have to be any different. You don't have to be a good student for them to accept you, love you, and to whatever. So, oh, there's Talia coming. That's nice. So, and what I think is really wonderful is that so many people do so many practices at the moment. You know, it's so inspiring to see also. Hi, Talia. Are you already there, or is that just your picture?
Yes, I'm here.
Where? There. Ah, in Zermatt again. Ay.
Always in Zermatt.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe you could, you know, maybe until next Thursday, you could think what you would like to share with the group about an event that you have lived with Rinpoche or experienced, or if you want, just a suggestion.
Wonderful idea and initiative.
Excellent. I'll fill in a little. He'll come back in a
Anybody
second.
just share next Thursday?
So who's going to? Oh, so we're starting next Thursday. Okay.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
think about it.
Yeah.
I just tell you a short story, which I mean, I got plenty of my own, but there's another one, like in one of my earlier Kupang courses, there was a guy who was sitting in full lotus, like during the whole time that Rinpoche was teaching. And you know how long Rinpoche teaches, right? And he was like not moving, totally in full lotus. All of a sudden, Rinpoche says, you know, there is no pizza in hell. So, you know, he says something, nobody knows what he says, or not many people. And at the end, this guy, he comes and says, you know, he comes and says, when he was saying that, I was thinking about which kind of pizza I would order when I go down to Kathmandu after the end of the course. So, you know, and there's so many things like this. Yeah, so it's nice to share. So that one can, it's sometimes easier to see them as a Buddha when you know how, you know, how they can manipulate, and how they can give you answers without, you know, or they make things happen. They really do.
Mhm.
So I got plenty of those stories, but anyway, it's 7 o'clock, so I don't want to hold you up.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for leading. That was wonderful. Thank you.
Absolutely. And we will be back on Thursday, obviously, and also sharing fond memories of Rinpoche. And for those of you who are in Zurich, we'll be having a movie night end of next month, where we will be watching Mystic Tibet, the movie about the pilgrimage. And everyone's invited to come and share memories as well about Rinpoche. So it's going to be an interesting evening.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Wonderful, wonderful documentary. Absolutely.
Okay, there's a very short one also where he is blessing animals. It's about animal liberation, I think. It's also very moving. Don't know if anybody saw it. You can probably find it on YouTube or something if you put in Lama Zopa liberating animals. So, you know, when people kind of, non-Buddhists sometimes go a bit, yeah, but you know, they're just sitting on their cushion the whole day, you know, and you show them that one, then they also non-Buddhists kind of open up their hearts.
Yeah, I saw a short clip of him being recorded liberating animals.
Yeah, I think it's probably, it's very short.
Okay, then I saw it, and
Yeah.
it was short. Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it? Even though it's short, but it's really.
Yeah, he's in the middle of nowhere going to a lake, and
Oh, then of course there's this longer one where that's quite long one where he goes in America when they go on the boat with a few other members, and they put this plate into the lake, you know, and then with the boat they go around. So just in case, here in Martigny in Valais, we have a plate like this. So also Jean-Paul, he organized a boat to go on the Lake of Geneva. But then I also said, but you know, we can also just go down to the River Rhone, because that one ends in the Mediterranean, and just put it in there and do the practice. And then the water gets placed that rushes over it. So that's another thing. So if ever you would like to do it on the Lake of Zurich, anybody has a boat of you? Not yet.
Oh, we can go rent one. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. You could rent one, and maybe I bring the plate to Zurich and I come with you or something like that. We can share that plate if
It'll
you.
be fun.
Very nice practice. So I'm sure you can find this on YouTube. Rinpoche, it's quite a long one where Rinpoche is on the lake and with the other Sangha members, blessing all the beings and the fish, and you know, on the boat with flags and other mantras. He's like, you know, yeah. Okay. So thank you, everybody. If I have time, I'd love to join you again next Thursday.
yes, thank
We'd
you.
be very honored by your presence and by everyone's presence,
If
obviously.
you're honored, then I don't come anymore. Just friends. It's like,
It's just,
you know, I'm not even wearing my proper robes, if you know.
oh,
Just wearing a sweater, and so it's like, no. I'm just here as like any other of you as a participant.
yeah. Right.
Yeah,
So we are very happy, Venerable Lozang, if you come.
Yes, that's the word. Thank you, Andrea.
honored, I
And-
feel totally embarrassed, and then I have to behave, and you know, no, it's like.
But also thinking about the Venus words saying the because of dependent arising, the guru is just waiting for us to call for him. And yesterday she said we need to behave sometimes like a wrathful deity, saying, "Guru, please come, please come." So that's what we're doing. Guru, please manifest soon, swiftly. So that's why we're doing this. Without these prayers.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure he will manifest quite quickly. Again, the thing is, you just have to consider, you know, it takes 9 months if he is manifesting in a human form. So it takes at least 9 months. Then it takes him to grow up a little bit so he can recognize the objects that belong to him, or that somebody can say, this is the reincarnation. But yeah, but it's good to continue to do these things. And definitely, I mean, you know, also he's not totally gone, as I already said last Thursday. I think that if we do act in a Dharma way, consciously, really knowing kind of, you know, we do positive act, or we really think with bodhicitta, or eat with bodhicitta, or whatever, I think then the guru is there. The Buddha is there, and the guru is there, but it has to be conscious, not just, you know, as a, you know, we Swiss people, we're honest and we're polite and we're, you know, out of habit, not like this. not out of habit, but really out of somehow, you know, being conscious, knowing it. So then, and then you know that he will be very happy, whether he's in his Rupakaya or in his Dharmakaya, and not, you know, making somebody happy that you love or you like makes you even more happy also. So, yeah. But also, yeah, tell him, you also say, hey, come on, I need you. Please come back as quickly as possible so we can go like that. All right. Okay. Thank you.